Hey everyone! I just checked out a new game that I haven't heard of before ever, along with a company I never heard of before ever. They make a bunch of different JRPGs, as I don't know if you ever heard of them, but it's like, I played Dragon Quest XI from this Square Enix. I don't know. I think they're pretty, unknown, right? Hey everyone, how's it going? To the level here with another My Top 5. So this time we're looking at My Top 5 kind of underrated or under the radar sort of JRPG developers out there. So originally when I made this it was going to be just underrated developers, but then I realized that I basically chose all the ones that make kind of JRPGs and anime style RPGs and everything, so it's like, yeah, might as well just call them underrated JRPG developers, right? So for this, I made sure to kind of pick ones that do develop games rather than being mainly a publisher. So, something like NIS America or NIS America, I can't remember. I think someone told me it's not actually supposed to be pronounced NIS America, but I'm so used to saying that. But yeah, something like that will be on the list because, yeah, they're mainly a publisher, right? And, yeah, the other thing is I made sure to kind of pick ones where they're still making games and still making games for consoles today, because I was going to pick a few older ones, but, that still might be kind of around, but because they're mainly mobile, I can't really dive into those ones since I'm not much into mobile gaming or anything, right? Because originally I was going to pick Mistwalker, and then, yeah, I kind of left it. Plus, I did a video on Mistwalker anyway, so, yeah, I kind of left them out of it. But check them out because they made some amazing RPGs on the 360 and DS. And, yeah, one on the Wii I still have to get through with the last story, so, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, without further ado, here are my top 5 underrated JRPG game developers. Number 5, Spike Chunsoft. Now, Spike Chunsoft these days are known more for visual novel type games, but they still dive into some RPGs here and there. They were the original developers of Dragon Quest, after all, helping make one of the most beloved JRPG franchises ever, as I believe they developed the first 5 games in the series and some spin-offs too. They also made the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, as they do love their dungeon crawlers. Cause I remember N64 there was like an import I got, like Shiren the Wanderer, that's a dungeon crawler. I only played the first one of these Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games though on Game Boy Advance, Red Rescue, with, I do have like 1 or 2 digitally on Wii U. Now, speaking of dungeon crawlers, they also did Senki Zero, which I still have to get through. Very interesting kind of game where, yeah, to escape death you have to die. It's very weird. It's a very Spike Chunsoft game, as, yeah, I love Spike Chunsoft, and the only reason they are number 5 for me is because I haven't beat many of their JRPGs as of yet. Number 4, Nippon Ichi. Known best probably for the Disguise series, Nippon made some of the weirdest and wackiest RPGs out there, with a good portion of them being tactical RPGs. Most people would know about Nippon Ichi, but their games are definitely for that niche audience. I love that they brought a good number of their games to the Switch in Prinny Presents, since I haven't played many of these games, or at least the original versions. Rhapsody, very unique turn-based musical RPG. While I'm Losing Ranger vs Dark Death Evil Man, just the first 5 minutes of this game had me in stitches. Many great games to check out from them, and just like with Spike Chunsoft, they would be higher, but I only finished a small handful of their games. Number 3, Gust. Now, this is a company that's really shot up for me because early on I enjoyed their games of the Atelier series and everything, but even the ones I enjoyed I never really loved or anything like that. But man, lately Gust has been killing it, especially with the Ryza games. These are some of the best games they've ever put out. I'm still working my way through the third game, but it is such a fantastic game with fun characters, great music, and really great combat. That's the thing with the Atelier series, is they had really great addicting alchemy in them, but sometimes the gameplay was kind of lackluster, right? And kind of the story structure was a bit slow-paced, right? And really enjoyed the Ryza games, and then, you know, I just finished Blue Reflection, which was pretty good, and yeah, I played a little bit of Second Light, which, yeah, a lot of people love that game, so I know I need to get through that one too. And, well, they had some that sort of disappointed me, like Fairy Tail. I was really looking forward to that game. Still, they are really making a lot of high-quality games compared to before, right? As, yeah, you know, that's why Gust has jumped all the way up to 3 for me, because I love playing their games and I beat quite a few of them. Number 2, LevelFive. Ever since I played Dark Cloud on PS2, my first PS2 game, I loved LevelFive so much. Their games are so unique and different from your mainstream games that, yeah, LevelFive is one of my absolute favorite companies out there. As you have Dark Cloud, and then of course Dark Cloud 2, which really improved a lot of the kind of issues that the first game had, and you know, there's still some I have to play, like Rogue Galaxy, where I played a tiny bit but not too much, and then also, yeah, have to talk about Ni no Kuni. I mean, fantastic game, has just really cool collab with Studio Ghibli, and yeah, this Pokemon-like gameplay, fantastic game, loved every minute of it. Well, mostly, the gathering stuff kinda sucked, but yeah, and then of course, have to talk about Dragon Quest VIII, my favorite Dragon Quest, since they had a big helping hand with this title, as, yeah, just one of the greatest Dragon Quest games ever, my favorite personally, and one of my favorite JRPGs ever. And, of course, finally, Yokai Watch, which, yeah, love the Yokai series. Please bring 4 localized, I beg you. And, yeah, even other series I didn't mention, like Fantasy Life, Izuma's 11, I think, which was mostly PAL and Japan, and then there was Professor Layton games, but yeah, just a fantastic company for a lot of great JRPGs. Number 1, Nihon Falcon. Man, do I kick myself every time for missing out on so many games from this amazing company, but hey, better late than never, right? Anyways, yeah, my first game with them would have been Trails of Cold Steel, and this is what got me hooked and down the rabbit hole of other Falcon games they made. I mean, just playing through the story of Rean Schwarzer, and going through Trista, and at Thor's Academy, it's just an amazing experience. And then, yeah, the whole Trials saga, where I played the Sky games, which, yeah, that's an amazing series, and Estelle is one of my favorite characters ever. And then, of course, the Crossbell arc with, you know, you have Lloyd and the gang. Seeing how they kind of meet up for the first time is really special. And then we're going to get Trails into Reverie to end the saga, right? Which is, yeah, that's going to be bittersweet for sure. Love it. And then, of course, later on I played Ys 8, and that drove me down the Ys rabbit hole, because Ys 8 was amazing. I love the story, the characters, the music is fantastic in it. And then, of course, you got Ys 9, which, man, that's a fantastic game too. And then all the other Ys games later on that, you know, I just finished 7, eventually I'll go through like 6 and all the other ones, right? Origins, all that, and then, yeah, I want to go more down the rabbit hole of Falcon games, so we got Tokyo Xanadu, which, oh, you want like your Persona type setting with Ys gameplay, that's the game for you. It's amazing. I'm still working my way through it, but I am getting pretty close to the end, and yeah, just what a fun, fantastic game. Highly recommend that one. And then, yeah, just their other ones where you got like Sway games. I'm probably pronouncing that, butchering it really wrong, so I apologize, but yeah, like these games on Steam, and you got what Xanadu Next and things like that, and yeah, just Gorman, I think that's what it's called, or yeah, and just all the rabbit hole I went down, and Falcom has just turned into possibly my favorite developer, at least currently, I would say, just with the amount of quality games they make while making it their own, right? Kind of playing on those cliches, having the Trails games being a great kind of, you know, modern RPG with a lot of old school style to it, and not really following the mainstream of a lot of companies, right? So yeah, just love Neon Falcom, and I highly recommend all their games because there hasn't been one that I didn't fall in love with. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, these are some really great ones, as yeah, Falcom, man, they make so many great games, and yeah, I can't wait for Trails into Reverie. It's going to be amazing, right, to end that whole saga and everything like that. And yeah, like I said, Gust has really picked up, and again, while Spike Chunsoft hasn't kind of done too many RPGs lately, you know, they still make a few here and there, or kind of visual novels have RPG elements in them and things like that, right? So really want to include them, especially because, yeah, they were the original developers of Dragon Quest, right? One of the biggest, most beloved JRPG franchises out there, right? As have to see if 12 goes into that action RPG route instead of being turn-based, right? We'll have to see. They might, yeah, I'm interested, especially with Adventures of Kai coming out in like September. That looks very Ys-like in gameplay and everything, which I'm looking forward to. That game, that looks a lot of fun, so looks like a lot of fun, not looks a lot, you know what I mean. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you next Thursday for another My Top 5, along with other videos that I do. Alright, thanks everyone, bye. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, or if you just want to see any of my skits and then nothing else and leave the video, that's fine too. Thanks everyone, take care.